everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. The Brooklyn Center mayor has unveiled a plan that would drastically change how the police department and the city responds to public safety issues. The plan comes less than a month after 20-year-old Dante Wright was fatally shot by former Brooklyn Center police officer Kimberly Potter. According to law enforcement officials, Potter mistook her gun for a taser after making a traffic stop for expired tags. Reporter Sonia Goins has details on the proposal and the response from the police union.
Big changes could be on the way for the Brooklyn Center Police Department. On Saturday, Mayor Mike Elliott unveiled a 9-point resolution that would significantly overhaul the department. Mayor Mike Elliott says if his plan was in place, Dante Wright would be alive today. The resolution is named after Wright and Kobe Dymock Heisler. Dymock Heisler suffered from mental health issues when he was fatally shot by Brooklyn Center Police in 2019. The plan includes sending unarmed civilians to respond to minor traffic violations. The proposal also calls for rerouting some emergency calls to train medical and mental health professionals instead of the police. It also proposes creating a committee made up of people who have been arrested by police or had encounters with law enforcement to make recommendations on police response. The council plans to discuss the resolution during a special meeting next Saturday. In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
We continue to follow a weekend tragedy in Maple Grove. A woman and 2 small children died in a single vehicle crash Saturday morning. The crash happened shortly before 7 a.m. Saturday near the intersection of Dunkirk and Lawndale Lanes. According to Maple Grove police, the driver, a 25-year-old woman, died at the scene. A 2-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl were taken to the hospital where they later died. A 23-year-old man is hospitalized with what appear to be non-critical injuries. As we went to air on Monday afternoon, the identities of the victims were not yet known. Local bars and restaurants are reacting to last week's announcement by Governor Walz rolling back COVID-19 restrictions. Delane Cleveland paid a visit to a Brooklyn Park attraction to see how the news is impacting them.
It doesn't take much to lure golfers when the weather warms up.
The weather's been kind of up and down, but we get those nice days and it fills up out here, and the golf course fills up.
Mother Nature allowed Edinburgh, USA to open 2 weeks earlier than expected. Welcome news, considering that for many restaurant and entertainment venues, COVID-19 restrictions have been challenging.
It's been a hard year, but I think now that the light is here and we're almost done, I think we're going to see a good summer in 2021.
Under the governor's announcement, there are no longer occupancy limits or distancing requirements for outdoor seating. And on May 28th, the state will lift those restrictions on indoor venues. Staff members started planning right after the announcement.
We had a meeting at 4 o'clock with all the salespeople and all the GMs. So we all got together and started going over plans. What we can do, what we can't do still, what we're going to monitor, and what we can kind of loosen up on.
In 2019, D'Amico Catering took over the restaurant at Edinburgh and renamed it the Brooklyn. The first year went well, then COVID hit in year 2. Now the hope is that the third year's a charm.
I don't know if there's anything special they're adding to the burgers, but I just love their burgers here.
Eddie Engstrom of Shorewood is a fan, joining a group of friends for lunch after a round of golf.
It's kind of nice to see that we're getting back in the groove of things, but as long as we can all still do our part, let's keep it going.
The Brooklyn still plans to have some restrictions in place for the foreseeable future. But for now, they're just excited to welcome everyone back.
We're still going to have the masks inside even after the mask mandate for our employees. Still going to monitor levels. We're not going to fill the house up just because we can. We want to make sure that every guest that comes in feels safe as well.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A Golden Valley City Council member has announced he will not seek re-election in November. Council member Larry Faunus confirmed the announcement with CCX News. In a statement to the Sun-Post, Faunus thanked the city manager and the executive team for moving the city forward and said the city is in good hands. Faunus has served on the council since 2013 and his term will conclude in December. Golden Valley will have 2 council seats on the ballot this fall. Students at Elm Creek Elementary got to watch life hatch before their very eyes. And reporter Pafua Yang takes us there.
In the hallways of Elm Creek Elementary, you can hear echoes of chirping and excitement coming from Heidi Jo Savati's first grade class.
Yeah, they will make really good pets because baby chicks aren't really that like crazy.
It's the first time many of these students have held a baby chicken.
He feels a little bit like my dog.
An Elm Creek teacher donates the eggs to classes and takes the chicks back to her hobby farm after they hatch.
They just started hatching just 2 days ago, so they'll hang out till next Friday, I believe.
Sarvati says the eggs are placed in incubators. It takes about 21 days for chicks to hatch. So far, 5 have broken out of their shells. Students named them Chirp, Fuzzy, Lucky, Sub-Zero, and Petals.
Like the Sub-Zero name.
Watching chicks hatch has been part of Elm Creek Elementary classrooms for 4 years. And it's not the only living creatures transforming before their eyes.
Before doing the chicks, we had our mealworms, and then they transformed into some beetles. And so it's just a living thing unit of seeing how the cycles of life go.
Anticipation continues to grow as students expect 7 more chicks to hatch, as well as 4 ducklings and 1 baby goose. In Maple Grove, Pafu Yang, CCX
One
News.
hand, and then the other hand.
The Maple Grove boys golf team completed an impressive run last week with wins at a full conference match Wednesday at the Refuge in Oak Grove and the tournament win Saturday at Majestic Oaks. This week's CCX Sports Spotlight shines on a talented Crimson group that has high goals this season. If the goal is to be at the top, the Maple Grove boys golf team has arrived. The Crimson are ranked number 1 in the state. It does provide a little pressure, but that's okay.
It really pushes us. We know we should win every tournament, so if we don't, then it's just a letdown and it pushes us more.
It's a good thing. I think it gives us a lot of confidence. Our team, we have a lot of good players. We feel like we're very deep and anyone can shoot a good score 1 through 6. So I feel like that ranking, it doesn't really put pressure on us. I feel like we believe that we're that good and we know we're that good and we feel like we can shoot scores to prove that.
While they've won several tournaments and matches already this spring and been runner-up in a couple, the Maple Grove guys expect a lot of themselves and aren't totally satisfied.
We've kind of had some scores that we feel like we should have better scores, and we're ready to go now. I think we've kind of figured some stuff out, and we played pretty well at the preview, which kind of proved that we're as good as we feel like we are, and we're ready to put the pedal to the metal.
Being ranked number 1, you want to win everything. You think you should win everything. So we've been a little disappointed, but I think like Lucas said, we're figuring things out, and hopefully at the end we'll be right there.
North Dakota State recruit Josh Galvin and North Dakota signee Lucas Federal are in the top 10 individual rankings. But this deep team has plenty of guys capable of beating them on a given day. They push each other while also enjoying practices.
There's a lot of jokes that go around, but we definitely try and get better each day, and that's all you really want.
We definitely like to have fun. I mean, we're pretty serious in practice. We like to push each other and try and make each other better, have some good friendly competition, but also have a lot of fun with each other.
We all kind of want to beat each other. We all want to be that number 1 spot. So I think that helps us be better as a whole team, even though we're very competitive with each other, which I think a good team has. So.
Maple Grove broke through to win the program's first state title in 2018, and they were back at state in 2019. That success has carried over.
It was exciting for me personally, and I know that was our first state championship as a school. So after that, we had a snowball effect, and we've had a couple more, so I feel like that helped other sports too. But yeah, I just really want to get back there.
We made our name for ourselves. We get invited to better tournaments now and get to play great courses with great teams that we never really got used to playing, and hopefully we can get a chance at another one this year.
Excelling in matches and tournaments and ultimately trying to win a championship is very important to these Crimson golfers. But after having no high school season in 2020 due to the pandemic and having another disjointed school year because of the virus, just getting to be out in the sun on a golf course together also means a lot.
It's nice to come out after school and see six guys that you know, and I look forward to it each and every day because this COVID thing has been not like easiest for a lot of people, and it's always nice knowing at the end of school day you can come out and play.
This week, Maple Grove plays a Northwest Suburban match Wednesday at Keller Golf Course in St. Paul, and then they host a conference match Thursday at Rush Creek. And a reminder, we have a great way for you to be a part of CCX Sports. Our Play of the Week is a chance for you to vote for your favorite plays. Last week's winner is Julia Lindahl of the Wayzata girls lacrosse team for her impressive goal in the Trojans' win over Brack. Lindahl received 49% of the votes. 4 new plays will be up on our website, ccxmedia.org, for you to vote this week. That's it for sports. I'm Jay Wilcox.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.